people? A little spooky picture here. So what I'm doing now is I am installing the 5-panel mirror. You can kind of see that here laying down here. And I am removing the sun visors. So that's what I'm working on right now here in the garage. And just watched a video on it. And it doesn't seem too involved there. So we'll just start the process here. Alright, so they didn't take long at all. You can probably sing it here, dangling. You can kind of see it dangling here. Just know on certain vehicles, you know, that they do have power to these because of the lighted mirror. So, you know, there is some wiring that has to be done, unhooking the cabling here. But that's a piece of cake, obviously, if you got it out. So, yeah, we'll just keep moving forward here. Alright, so I just completed doing the passenger side, and now I am taking down the actual rear view mirror. So, taking it down to make room. I'm going to leave the floodlight, you know, inside floodlights on in here, but I'm going to take down this rear view mirror and obviously replace it with the one I'm installing. So, that is my ultimate move here. The panoramic 5-pane rear view mirror, as you can see, it's put up there. I've mounted it to the roof through the metals, you know, screwing, drilling, screwing to the metal, and I am just now about to connect it up and make it flush to the headliner. And I'll eventually pull the headliner, but right now as I transition through this process, I'll still keep the headliner in place. But yep, I'll sync this up and it'll be done here in just about a minute. Alright, so we've got the mirror done. The mirror is done, and so it's up there. You can probably see it. And it's all in, it's tightened. And I can see to the rear of the car with it, and so it's, you know, 5 panes that are angled, and so that I can just take one look at the mirror and see the entire rear of the car. So I can see 3 or 4 cars behind me at one time, even a car on the side of me with this mirror. So that's the purpose of it. So that I can just, you know, quickly give a quick glance up to it and see what's going on in my back, and then continue to keep my focus on the front of the car. Good evening, DPDers. Out here in the garage once again, working on the car, getting some things done here, working with some tough lighting situations. So one thing is I got is, you know, sometimes you got to point the car a different direction in order to have room to work in it. And so I've got the car pointed forward, and because of that, and the light being here, up here, I have to now use this light when I'm back here behind the hood, because the hood is blocking the light. So anyway, what I'm working on today is I am working on putting on the racing tow hooks. So I have straps. I have racing tow straps, and that gives you greater flexibility, I believe. And so I'm going to show you one right here that's not been opened yet. But it gives you greater flexibility in trying to fit it on your car. And so what I've done is I found some screws already put in the front bumper for restraining some other frame parts on the car. So I unscrewed those and then screwed this strap, the other one of course, not this one, to the front of it. So it may be a little tough to see here, but you can see that there. And so it's ready to go. So it took me a while. I had to take the radiator cover off of off the front of it, and then unhook the hood latch assembly, and then take it out and move it out of the way, and then stick my arm all the way down in there to try and connect it. So that's the process. Sometimes it's not ideal. These cars aren't necessarily made for you to modify everything on them like you really want to. So that it takes some time, but with patience we can get all things done. So I've continued working on the car. Just highlight a couple other things. I've kind of redone the vinyl striping on the car. I had some really bad wrinkles across the top of the top of the car here, and so I redid one of those, and redone the rear as well. So I wanted to smooth those out. So you know, the good news about vinyl is that it comes up, and the more you work with it, the better you get at smoothing it out and not having the wrinkles and the obvious bubbles. So I just want to check in with you guys, let you know the car is still being worked on, just still working forward here. All for one for all.